Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this simple but stylish cap sleeve. A lot of you requested the sleeve tutorial after I posted this jumpsuit, so here it is. I used the leftover fabric from the jumpsuit to make this sleeve, which was about half a yard. So you don't really need much fabric to recreate it, okay? Now, if you haven't seen the full jumpsuit tutorial yet, both the drafting and sewing parts are already on my channel. I'll have them linked in the description box and in the comment section, so be sure to check them out. Alright, let's get started. For this tutorial, you will need half a yard of fabric, stay and bias tape. First, we need to draft our basic sleeve, and to do that, we'll start by calculating the cap height. The formula for calculating cap height is bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1 inch. My bust circumference is 39 inches, so I'm going to write 39 divided by 12 plus 1 inch. If you punch your calculator, 39 divided by 12 gives 3.25 plus 1 inch equals 4.25. 4.25 is my cap height. Secondly, we have to calculate the cap width, and it is bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. And just like I mentioned, my bust circumference is 39, so 39 divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. If you punch your calculator, 39 divided by 6 is 6.5 plus 1.5 inches equals 8 inches. So 8 inches is my cap width. Now let's draft. I'll start by marking a straight starting line. This will be my sleeve head, which I'll label SH. From there, I'll measure and mark my cap height, which is 4.25 inches, and I'll connect it into a straight line. I'll label that line CH, which stands for cap height. Then, on the cap height line, I'll go ahead and mark my cap width, which is 8 inches. After marking the 8-inch point, I'll connect from that point back to the sleeve head using my ruler. Next, I'll find the midpoint of this line. What I have here is 9 inches. So 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So I'll go ahead to mark my midpoint, which is 4.5. And at that midpoint, I'll go inward by 0.25. And I'll also go outward by 0.25 and I'll mark it. The next step is to form the front armhole curve. In order to do that, I'll connect these 3 points together. I'm going to use my curve to connect from point A to B and finally from B to C exactly as shown, and that is the front armhole curve, and I'll label it front. Then I'll go ahead to connect the back armhole curve from point A to B and then B to C, and that is the back armhole curve. At this point, we are done drafting, and since this is a cap sleeve, we don't need to mark anything else like elbow or sleeve length. This is where we need to stop, okay? Now, it is time to cut out. The first thing I am going to do is cut out the back armhole curve, just like you see me doing. After which, I will go ahead to cut out the sleeve length. The sleeve length I'm working with stops exactly at the cap height line. If you want yours longer, you can extend it, but I stopped exactly at the cap height. After that, I'll open it up and label the other side as back. Then I'll go in with my scissors and cut out the front armhole curve as well. At this point, everything is complete. The back armhole curve is done and the front armhole curve is also done. Now, the next step is slash and spread. If you look at the sleeve, you will notice it has gathers, and to create that fullness, we need to carry out what is called slash and spread. I'll place my sleeve pattern flat, then place my tape rule over it, and I'm going to slash at every 2 inches. So I'll mark 2 inches at every interval: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Then I'll use my ruler to extend the points into straight lines. After that, I'll use my scissors to slash through each line, making sure I don't cut all the way through. I'll stop just before the edge so it remains attached. Next, I'll bring in my fabric and fold it into 2, right sides facing each other, ensuring that the fold is able to accommodate the spread I am about to do. Then, I went ahead to spread the pattern carefully whilst using my masking tape to hold it in place. Next, I found the midpoint of the sleeve and I drew a straight line across it. Then, I connected a curve just like you see me doing. From that curve, I went up by 1.5 inches and I marked it. The reason I went up by 1.5 inches is to give the sleeve a little more fullness and to help it stand out more instead of looking flat. Then I blended the curve to meet both sides of the sleeve. After that, it was time to cut out. While cutting, I added half an inch allowance all around the sleeve, and when I got to the top, I gently blended it into the 1.5 inches I marked earlier. Then I continued cutting the rest with the same half-inch allowance. Before removing your pattern, do not forget to notch the back of the sleeve so that you don't mix it up with the front. Now, we have two pieces for one sleeve. One will serve as the main fabric and the other one will serve as the lining. Next, I'm going to use my chalk to note the wrong side of the fabric so I do not mix it up later. I am going to repeat the same steps for the second sleeve. I'll fold the fabric again and cut out another two pieces, one main fabric and one lining. And now we have all four pieces ready. Don't forget to note the back part of the sleeve and also use your chalk to mark the wrong side. Next, I'll iron stay onto the wrong side of all four pieces. This is just to give the sleeve more structure. You can decide to iron it on just one piece, either the main fabric or the lining, especially if your sewing machine does not sew thick fabrics well. But for me, I wanted the sleeve to be more structured, so I ironed it on all four pieces. The next step is to place the sleeve pieces right sides facing each other. Then I'll head over to the sewing machine to close the ends of the sleeve using the half-inch allowance we added earlier. Once I am done stitching, I'll go ahead and notch around the curve. After notching, I'll top stitch towards the lining, so make sure your allowance is facing towards the lining before you top stitch, okay? Then I'll trim off excess allowance to reduce bulkiness. I'll repeat the same process for the second sleeve. Initially, I wanted to gather the sleeve with my sewing machine by increasing the stitch length, but because the fabric was thick, the thread kept cutting. So I had to use my needle and thread instead. I doubled my thread so it would be strong enough for the gathers. Then I used my needle and thread to form tiny gathers around the sleeve, just like you see me doing. Before gathering, don't forget to notch the midpoint of your sleeve. To form the gathers, I will gently pull the thread to gather the sleeve. Most of the gathers should be concentrated around the top of the sleeve to give it a standing effect. Make sure you measure around your armhole to ensure the gathered sleeve matches the armhole properly. Now it is time to attach the sleeve to the armhole. First, I'll loosen the sides of the bodice a little. Then I'll bring in the sleeve, making sure the midpoint matches the midpoint and the back of the sleeve is facing the back of the bodice. Next, I will attach the sleeve to the armhole using the half-inch allowance we added earlier. Once I am done stitching, I'll remove the thread used for gathering. Next, I'll bring in my bias tape to neatly finish the sleeve. I'll place one side of the bias on the seam line and stitch directly on the previous stitch all the way around. Once I am done, I'll trim off the excess fabric to reduce bulkiness. If you don't trim it properly, it will be too thick to sew on the machine and the sleeve finishing won't come out neatly. After trimming, the next step is to close the bias and top stitch it down. I'll carefully stitch it round, making sure the bias covers all the raw edges neatly from beginning to the end. Now, you need to take your time with this step because whatever you stitch here is going to show on the right side. So if it is not neat, it's definitely going to show. And here's what we have after stitching. And finally, it is time to close the side seam. I'll place the side seam, right sides facing each other and stitch it down, just like you see me doing. And that's it, your cap sleeve has been fully attached. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.